Hello and welcome to the 5 Minute Film Club, and today I just wanted to tell you about a film that I've just finished watching at the Glasgow Film Festival, which is called Vicious Fun, a Canadian horror comedy that blew me away. Set in 1983, Vicious Fun follows Joel, a horror film reviewer for a magazine called Vicious Fanatics, who, when trying to get the dirty on his roommate's new boyfriend, stumbles into a self-help group for serial killers. There's a killer clown there, a hulking Jason Voorhees type called Michael, a cannibal, and a dead ringer for American Psycho's Patrick in Bob. Joel is unfortunately for him discovered by the group and now has to make them believe that he is one of them. It's a case of kill or be killed, and the question is, does Joel have the stomach for it?
It got really messy. I like it messy sometimes.
Now, I'd heard a lot of good things about Vicious Fun before sitting down and watching it, and the premise of the film of stumbling into a self-help group for serial killers sounded right up my alley. But the title really made me worry about it a little bit. Thankfully, I gave a hearty sigh of relief a few minutes into watching the film, and I just knew from that moment this was going to be a film for me. It was a film idea that director Cody Calahan had sat with for a few years, and it wasn't until he and his co-writer James Villeneuve started leaning into the comedy that it came together, and the comedy in this film is top-notch for me. Think Shaun of the Dead.
This is what you said to me. A group of serial killers attending a 12-step meeting tried to kill me and my accomplice before disappearing, leaving us with 3 dead bodies?
No, 2 dead bodies.
It's one word, right? Bullshit.
Sorry to interrupt your meeting.
Thanks so much for coming out. How do you maintain your lifestyle and keep your urges under control?
I murdered the same victim repeatedly.
Just give me a mask.
Have you ever bitten into a kidney?
What is this, some kind of support group for serial killers?
Why are you here? It's complicated.
The comedy comes thick and fast, and I think it speaks directly to someone of my generation. The reason why the comedy works for me so well, I think, is because it's handled with such a sense of carefree energy. The lead character of Joel, played by Evan Marsh, who is, by the way, a perfect Corey Haim stand-in, also has a great sense of naivety, and I just fell for his character instantly. You know, he really made me believe in him, and just without his performance, the film would crumble. And then, of course, there's the comedy that comes out of the sending up of the source material. I've watched quite a few of 1970s, 80s horror movies, slasher movies in particular, which this film sends up. And what I really love about this film is that it allows each of the killers to have their moment within their respective genre stereotypes. And thankfully for a horror audience and a horror fan like me, it delivers on the viciousness of that Vicious Fun title. Also, this film plays to the geeky horror nerd in me, set in 1983. This is Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D territory. The early 1980s saw an explosion of all sorts of slasher films, some of them utterly terrible and really low budget, but they all had a certain squidgy practical charm about them. And Vicious Fun manages to capture all of that early 80s excitement and energy. As you can probably tell, I enjoyed this film quite a bit, and it was a joy to watch it at this year's virtual Glasgow Film Festival. Now, I'm not sure when this film will be released in the UK, but please follow me on Twitter, and I'll try and keep people updated of when it is finally released. And when it is released, can I please just implore all the horror fans out there watching this to go out and see it. And if indeed you did watch it at the Glasgow Film Festival, please let me know your comments about it down below. This film has got me excited about what's to come this year, along with the better than expected Wrong Turn reboot and the Shudder exclusive of The Dark and the Wicked, which I really enjoyed. I think 2021 is starting off really quite high for horror releases. Is there a film that you are very excited about seeing? Please let me know in the comments down below. I'm looking forward to a film called Slacks, which I've only just discovered exists and will be coming to Shudder this month here in the UK, but a pair of killer trousers. That's what I want this year to be full of. Anyway, that's it for me at the moment. I've got my review of the new remaster of The Mask of the Red Death, the Roger Corman film from 1964, also played at the Glasgow Film Festival. And on Friday, staying with psychedelia, I'm looking at Casino Royale from 1967, the supposed spoof, laugh-out-loud comedy spoof of James Bond. So join me then for my review of that film. But until then, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and goodbye!